In Bowling Green, crews wrapped up their fourth day of searching for those still unaccounted for.
And WLKY's Gladys Batista joins us live from there now with an update on the search for those who are still missing. Gladys?
Well, Vicki, Jennifer, they wrapped up their fourth day of searching. And while we still don't know how many people are still unaccounted for, we've learned that over 160 people from more than 30 agencies have helped take part in these efforts. And of course, the fire officials tell me that they've received so much support that right now they're not taking any volunteers because they don't have any tasks for them to do. So, of course, that support really welcome here in Bowling Green and appreciated. But throughout all of this, the community is coming together in these hard-hit areas. We've seen people set up, fire up grills, start offering food and other items to those in these communities, whether they're volunteers or families coming to check on their homes. Today, I spoke to a woman who was taking part in that. She was with her family firing up a grill. She's from Puerto Rico. She says she's been in this community for about 5 or 6 years. She says that when living on the island, a hurricane, at least you have time to prepare. For this tornado, she didn't have much time. When the alert started going off, that was unforgettable, terrible, horrible. Those horrible moments of realizing the approaching danger of the tornado made Damaris Torres's instincts kick in, knowing that violent weather could cause serious damage to her and her mobile home. But in her hurried panic to what she believed would be shelter, lessons she learned back home in Puerto Rico, she realized it's not the same here in Bowling Green. When a hurricane comes to Puerto Rico, the shelters are the schools. We went rushing to the schools because it's known to us as the safest place. Well, the schools weren't open and the closest place was the fire department, and that's where we took shelter. The desperation of those looking for safety waiting outside these fire station doors was met with reassurance from the firefighters inside.
They came and knocked on the doors and asked for shelter during that time. So the crew on shift let them in, gave them that safe place, and then they got called out to the scene. So they had to leave the fire station, but the family stayed there.
Torres made it out okay. Her mobile home also unscathed. But when she thinks about the loss of 15 people, old and young, in this community, the pain is overwhelming. That's something powerful. What is also powerful, the resilience of this neighborhood through the hurt and devastation. It was a union so strong, neighbors giving everything to help others, was something very beautiful. God was here. And Torres says a higher power called on her and her family to show their gratitude to those who helped them. That appreciation, we want to share it, having these hamburgers, hot dogs free for everyone. Everyone who comes is welcome. In appreciation and acknowledgement, knowing what they do have is enough when loss is all around them. Now, many people in this community of Jennings Creek here in Bowling Green have gone home for the night, but I can tell you that there are still power crews out here trying to restore power to these areas. And of course, those search and recovery crews will be back out again for their 5th day of searching tomorrow at 8 a.m. We're live in Bowling Green for you tonight. Gladys Bautista, WLKY.